Hello and welcome everybody to Assigned Arguments. My name is Nathan Kingston and I will be your host this evening. First off, Assigned Arguments is a debate show where participants are put head to head to best argue a perspective given to them by me. There will be 3 rounds of debates in that matter. In each round, 2 of our in-studio audience members will come up and take turns presenting their arguments. And we have some lovely people over here in our live audience that are going to be coming in later. And over to the other side, we have some great hosts, or some great judges, I should say, that are going to be giving some brutal judgments. We'll see what's going to happen. Anyway, we'll see what both points are going to be by our 2 contestants here. First off, I have, what is your name?
Aaron.
Aaron Fryer, and who are you?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jack. All right, now going on to our first topic. Our first topic is going to be whether you should think that a raccoon should be a house pet. So, I heard you are for it, right?
Yes.
And you are against them being pets.
Correct.
All right, I'm going to open up the floor to you first, Aaron.
Okay.
Time starts now.
So I want you to imagine something. You come home from your 9 to 5, hard day at work, you unlock your door, and then you walk in. And then your cute little pet raccoon scurries on up to you looking for all the love and attention in the world. It's kind of similar to a dog or a cat. Exactly the same. It's just, gets a negative stereotype. And we should not be judging the raccoons for the stereotypes. They've been put into the scenarios that they have been by just being on the streets. It's much similar to if you saw a stray cat or a stray dog. You can work through that and you can ultimately get them vaccinated and have those opportunities where you can come home and have them. Furthermore, another point that I want to make, you never see any bad raccoons in pop culture. So like Rocket Raccoon, always a good guy. You're never going to see any evil raccoons. And through that, I think that it truly defines that the character of the raccoon is a good, strong animal that will be more than willing to help out to you and being that comfort to you when you come home from that late 9 to 5.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Now, Jack, what is your take on this?
Okay, so yeah, raccoons are cute. They got their little mask and they do that little thing with their hands and all that. But it's all a front. Those things are nasty. I mean, they are very susceptible to carrying rabies, obviously, which is very dangerous to humans. But on top of that, that is that's a wild animal, Domesticated animals like, dogs, cats, we've been domesticating them for thousands of years. And through that conditioning, that's how we've, gotten to, be safe with living with them. With all these people keeping, wild animals as pets, we've heard all sorts of horror stories about people getting, mauled by their wild pets or whatever, which, should not be kept as pets. And just the raccoon is just this, this cute little deceptive thing. It's a thief. And, they'll just they got sharp claws. They can attack you. They're just, it's not a good situation. And all that thousands of years of domestication.
I'm going to cut you off there, Jack. I'm going to cut you off. Okay, Aaron, you now have 30 seconds to rebuttal Jack's point. Go ahead.
So now I do have to ask, where's the line that you present on that? For instance, you mentioned how they've been domesticated over years. Cats have been domesticated over years. What's to say that starting by domesticating raccoons now could not see that foreseeable in the future? So therefore, I believe your argument in that sense is irrelevant. Furthermore, any other animals can be dangerous. It's just a matter, and they are able to carry rabies, so that's just a matter of keeping up with vaccinations. There have been instances where people have taken snakes as pets and stuff like that. What's stopping the dangers between stuff like snakes versus raccoons? So ultimately, you get, number one, a cute thing, and you are able to successfully domesticate it. And I'm not ignoring the fact that it will take time. However, I think that it is good to break that barrier now, as they are cute individuals, and as such should be given a chance.
All right, Jack, now it's your turn. Why do you think that they should not be, for a final statement?
Well, those all are very good points, I must admit. But, it's just, I don't see why we would, start that now, like I said, over the, thousands of years that dogs and cats have been domesticated. It's all started with dogs and cats, like, they would come to like our campfires back in the old days and we give them food. But all these, wildlife control, they advise us against doing that because then they'd be conditioned to, not fearing us. And then that's when the attacks start coming.
All right. And that's it for match one. Let's see what our attention now over to the judges, where they will introduce themselves and give us their thoughts. First off, judges, if you could introduce yourselves, starting off on the left.
My name is Carolina Loyola Garcia.
Oh, that's like.
Next, whoever's next. Yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Tim Jones.
And I'm Joe Hale.
And so I'm going to make the first point. Back alleys, darkness, the secrecy of the dark. That's been for too long judged, represented with the idea of fear, the unknown. And I think every journey starts with the very first step. So I think domesticating raccoons starts somewhere. We need to take them out of the shadows. We need to make them welcome, make them feel welcome in our homes, right? So that the stereotype, right, that we have against them is removed. Judging, stereotyping creatures is not a good thing. Let's take them out of the shadows and bring them into the light and start the journey of domesticating raccoons. I think Aaron's argument was very strong. I felt for it, and I'm going to give him my vote.
All right, that is 1 point for Aaron there. Yes, that's 1 point for Aaron. Now let's see what Tim Jones has to say on this match.
Well, clearly you and I did not hear the same arguments here. Because, Aaron, I'm not convinced you've ever met a raccoon. For one thing, I mean, they're jerks. I mean, they're thieving little, miscreants out to cause carnage. But, and here is the fatal flaw that changes my position on this, is that Jack's talking about cats. Cats are evil. If we keep cats as pets and we're saying that's okay, no one's saying, like you said that that domesticating cats was a good idea, which it wasn't, by the way. So if we're already starting from the perspective that cats are evil, which they are, and raccoons are just jerks, then despite himself, I'm going to have to give it to Aaron.
2 points for Aaron. Let's see if Joe Hale gives a pity point to Jack.
Well, Aaron made some compelling arguments, but from my personal experience, I have a good friend who had a pet raccoon. His name was Jeremiah Johnson. And Jeremiah Johnson, he was a good pet for a number of years, but one day Jeremiah turned on my friend and bit his face. And he has a nice little scar out of his face. And he released Jeremiah back into the wild. So I would have to say, even though Jack's argument wasn't as strong, I just know that raccoons are evil and will bite your face, so they shouldn't be pets. So I give it to Jack.
Oh no, Jeremiah Johnson.
How about that? So with the winner of this first match, we have Aaron with a 2-1 over Jack. So
Well done.
we will see what's going to be happening. So stay tuned for another match right after this great commercial made by some students here at RMU. We'll see you right back here.
So Bike Pittsburgh was founded 20 years ago, basically with a few people, a few Pittsburghers. We have approximately 3,500 members. That's 1 out of every 300 Pittsburghers, roughly, which is actually a pretty big ratio for bike advocacy organizations in general across the country.
A lot of the infrastructure updates that we've pushed for, there have been a lot of wins this construction season, which is awesome. And we also had our 20th anniversary party this year, which was really great. And that was a lot of our members and supporters that we've worked with throughout our past 20 years of being an organization, because the last 20 years have been really busy and really productive.
The best way to get involved and support Bike Pittsburgh is to become a member. It's the funnel to get people into the organization so that you can know what's going on. You'll be updated, you'll get updates on all the events and advocacy initiatives.
Bike Pittsburgh's mission is really for all. It's not just for cyclists. We may be called Bike Pittsburgh, but really when it comes down to it, our advocacy, education, and community centers on improving the quality of life for all Pittsburghers. And you don't need to ride a bicycle to benefit from the work we do here at Bike Pittsburgh.
Over the past 20 years, we've increased the number of bike lanes from around 10 miles to we're probably around 60 miles of bike lanes plus another 40 miles of bike ways within the city. And I do think we need to expand bike lanes and bike infrastructure into neighborhoods that have historically been underserved. And that's, everybody deserves safe streets, and we got to make sure that everybody in the city has access to ways that they can get around without driving.
Assigned arguments. After our first match, we had Aaron come with a great win, but on to our next contestants are here up with me. I'd like if you guys can introduce yourself, starting off over here.
My name's Alex.
And you are?
And I am Sam. Sam I am.
Sam I am. All right, let's get straight into our second debate, which is, what is the worst day of the week? Is it Monday or is it Tuesday? Alex, you will fight that Monday is the worst day of the week, and Sam, you are going to fight that Tuesday is. So, starting off with Alex. All right. So why do you think this day of the week is the worst, starting now?
Okay, to quote Garfield, I hate Mondays. For many individuals in our corporate world, Monday's the worst day of the week. Monday is the start of the week. It's the first day. You had 2 days of fun, Saturday, Sunday, 2 days to yourself, and now you have to go back early in the morning, back to work. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Monday was voted the worst day of the week. And biologically, Mondays disrupt your sleep patterns because you're getting up earlier, you're more stressed during the day, and Mondays often feel like the longest day of the week because you have the most energy from your weekend. No one likes Mondays. That's just a fact. Everyone knows that. I can't think of anyone other than my opponent here who would disagree with me.
Is that all you have to say?
That is.
That is it. All right. Thank you, Alex. Now, Sam, you have 1 minute. Go ahead. Why do you think Tuesday is the worst?
Thank you, Nathan. Well, as I try to be a positive person, I think every day is a gift. However, I do think Tuesdays are the worst gift that we receive. I think it's a front trying to say, oh, Monday's the worst day of the week. I hate Mondays. All of this stuff you'll see like, oh, Mondays, whatever. Tuesdays are the worst because you start off the week, you're a Monday, it's a fresh start. It's not too bad. Mondays, you can kind of slack off a little bit. You start the work week, you're like, oh, I'm back to work. How was your weekend? Da-da-da-da-da. Tuesday comes, hits you like a bus. There's nothing to look forward to. You didn't just get off of the weekend. It's not the middle of the week. It's not the end of the week. It's just this awkward, terrible position of just, there's just nothing worth it. It's just bad. You're exhausted. Monday, at least, you might be tired, but you're tired from something fun. But Tuesday, it's like, yeah, I'm tired from, Monday, but also, I know there's 3 more days ahead of me that I can't, I'm just not excited for. So Tuesday, I think, gets overlooked. Monday gets a bad rap. It's obviously not the best day, but I think Tuesday's the worst.
All right. Alex, you now have 30 seconds to say your last points here. Go ahead.
Sam, I do agree that every day is a gift, but I feel like Monday's worse than Tuesday because it takes a second to get back into the groove of the week. And by the time you hit Tuesday, you can kind of be on autopilot till you get to the end of the week where you have something to look forward to. Mondays, you're tired. You just did something fun, and now you can't do something fun, and you're kind of longing for that. Where when you get to Tuesday, you've had a day where you're back in the world, and you kind of are back into the swing of things.
All right, all right. Sam, now it's your turn. You have 30 seconds. Why your last points here. Go ahead.
Yes. Honestly, I disagree with that. I think Monday you're kind of fresh. I don't think you'd be on autopilot on Tuesday just because, like, you need to be more focused on Tuesday. And Monday, I think you're allowed that slack time of, like, yeah, it was just the weekend. Like, I can kind of, like, slack off and get around. But Tuesday, oftentimes, too, your desk will be piled up. Oh, no, I should have done that on Monday, but I was too tired from the weekend, so now I have to focus on all that stuff on Tuesday. So personally, I can't be on autopilot on Tuesday. That's when I'm like, oh no, I have to get my stuff together, because Monday I just kind of took the time to regroup from the weekend and like start off my week. So I think it's harder on Tuesdays. I think you're more tired on Tuesdays because you have to catch up from anything you missed on Monday, and just getting ready for the rest of the week because you still have 3 days ahead of you. And it's not a fresh start. It's just like that awkward, like, oh, I had a great start and now I'm just here and I'm tired and I realize that I have the rest of the week ahead of me. So.
All right, now that is the end of match 2. Let's turn our attention over to the judges where they will give us their thoughts. Starting off with Carolina, what do you think of this final argument?
So it's a very interesting argument, and I love that this question was presented because I don't think it gets discussed enough which days of the week should be ranked, in different ways, and which days are better than others. I think in general, people tend to agree that the weekend is, the best, but then that makes me think of Violet from Downton Abbey, who said, weekend, what is a weekend, right? But in defense of Monday, I think Monday has one thing going on for itself. Monday is the cheapest day to fly. If you want to book a ticket anywhere, Monday or Wednesday, actually, the 2 best days to fly. So that's definitely something that Monday has going on for itself. Something that's not good about Mondays is that it's very, very difficult to find anywhere to go have a drink after work. Most restaurants are closed on Mondays. So if you want to go hang out with your friends on Monday night, forget it. You're going to have to invite them over or go to their place. So very difficult. That's something bad about Mondays. One other thing that I can think of that's good about Mondays is gossip day at work, right? That's the day that you come back from a fun weekend and all the fun stories come out, right? And gossip as a species is something that makes us go forward. Gossiping, talking about each other, is something that has helped Homo sapiens evolve and become the great creatures that we are, because we learn about each other and we share information in that way, right? And then anybody who quotes Garfield, I think, is worth a point. So I'm gonna go with Alex.
That's 1 point for Alex for why Mondays are the worst day of the week. Let's see what Tim Jones has to say here.
Well, I hear what you're saying. Garfield hates Monday. Well, I hate Garfield. So there's one thing. And as the parent of a 2.5-year-old, I don't get a Saturday or a Sunday to do fun things. I clean poop. So, yeah, Monday, kind of a nice respite from that. But when I really think about it, I, as a professor who teaches on Monday morning, am a big fan of bare minimum Monday. So I agree. I can phone it in on Monday. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, no, you were in my Monday class. All right, that's good. So I'm gonna give the point to Tuesday. Tuesdays are the worst.
Wow. Oh, this is a toss-up and a very close one. We have 1 point for each, Alex and Sam. Now let's see what Joe Hale says to get this over with whoever wins.
How can you argue with the Guinness Book of World Records? They said that Monday's the the worst day. So as much as I like Sam, and she created a good argument, you can't argue with the Guinness Book. Monday is the worst day.
Wow. So Joe is going to be taking that unfortunately Sam lost. Alex is the winner of this round and the winner of why Mondays are the worst. Now we're going to be going to a quick commercial where we're going to see what type of art is displayed by RMU students here. We'll see you right back here for match 3.
So Bike Pittsburgh was founded 20
Hello and welcome back to Assigned Arguments. I've got another pair of contestants here with me, so please introduce yourself, starting over here. Who are you?
I'm Ethan.
Ethan, and you are?
I'm Grace. Hi.
Grace. All right, so let's get started into our next debate here. We have whether pineapple should belong on pizza or not. Ethan, I know you're fighting for that it does belong on pizza, and Gracie, you're fighting whether it should not, strongly not be on.
Very strongly.
So, Ethan, you have 30 seconds, you have a minute now to describe why you think it should belong on pizza.
Thank you, Nate. Well, when it comes to pineapple on pizza, it's a very hotly contested food debate, but I'm just going to say this. Pineapple on pizza, it clearly does deserve to be on there. It's sweet, it mixes well with the savory pizza, and it just, overall, it gives your palate a nice, sweet, and savory taste to go along with it. You put different vegetables on your pizza, like a banana pepper. That's a little sweet. You can put different things on pizza, different vegetables on pizza that have a sweet sensation to it. And if you put pineapple on it, it's the same way. You're still getting that sweet taste. You're getting a little bit of a different flair. Who wants a meat lover's pizza on a hot summer day? No, I want a pineapple pizza on a hot summer day because you're eating a summer type of food. You're eating pizza in the summer with that sweet, savory goodness of a pineapple on top of it. It's sweet, it's delectable, and it's something that should definitely be on pizza.
All right, all right. Now, Grace, you have a minute to say why you think it does not belong on pizza. Your time starts now.
All right, thank you, Nathan. So, you know, in the world, there are some things that are very clearly right and wrong, and this is one of those things. Now, you might ask yourself, pineapple is a great fruit. Why should we not consider it on pizza? Well, you know, a great example of that would be a pineapple upside down cake. You would not make a green pepper or a banana pepper upside down cake. And you know, tomatoes are already acidic in themselves, so why would you combine that with something that's even more acidic and destroy your taste buds? And furthermore, the notion of combining pineapple and pizza is just absolutely disgusting, and I will judge you if you do it.
Wow, wow.
And that's all I have to say.
All right. Well, Ethan, you now have 30 seconds to rebuttal why you think it does belong on it. Your time starts now.
Yes, you make a good point with tomatoes being acidic and pineapple being acidic, but it's completely different from making a cake with green peppers. No, you're putting something sweet like a banana pepper, you're just doing it with a different topping. You're doing it with pineapple. So in that case, I think you have a lot more freedom to choose what you put on a pizza because it's a wide variety of different things that you could put on it. And that is why I believe that pineapple should still be allowed on pizza.
All right, Grace, you now have 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Well, to argue that, you yourself said that banana peppers are sweet, and I could also argue that many things could be put on cake, like strawberries, other berries. Pineapples are actually scientifically classified as berries, so why would you put a berry on a pizza when there, like you said, are so many other things you could put on it?
Wow. Those are some great arguments. Now, let's see what our judges have to say. So take it away, Joe Hale.
Hey, I'm really biased on this, and I do believe that pineapple should be on pizza. Hawaiian pizza is one of the best tasting things that there is. The blend of the bacon and the pineapple is just amazing, and I will die on that hill that pineapple deserves to be on pizza.
Wow, Joe Hale is for it with Ethan here. Let's see what Tim Jones has to say.
I am deeply conflicted. I think this is the hardest decision that I've ever had to make in this room. Because on the one hand, I think that, pineapple on pizza, I understand they're called Hawaiian pizza, but I heard that it's actually a Canadian invention, and the Canadians just don't get the credit that they deserve in inventing food. Poutine, right? On the other hand, I'm really struggling here because any argument based on a comparison to green peppers doesn't work for me because green peppers aren't food. But at the same time, banana pepper upside down cake sounds delicious. And on the basis of that, I have to say, if only to put pressure on my colleague Carolina, that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Wow. What a great statement there by Tim Jones. Pineapple does not belong on pizza according to him, so that's a point for Grace here. It's 1-1. It'll be decided by Carolina who wins.
So first of all, green peppers in cake or banana peppers in cake, really bad idea. Do not do that. Do not try that at home. Be safe. Be safe out there, people. Avoid banana peppers and any kind of peppers in cake. Now, the pie, the pizza. Actually, Tim here answered a question that I had. Who named Hawaiian pizza Hawaiian pizza? Why is it Hawaiian, right? Pineapples grow in a number of different countries, right? Why did Hawaii get the credit for, putting that particular fruit on the pizza? So thank you for answering. I did not know, actually, Tim, that Canada was being misrepresented in terms of their contributions to international cuisine.
I might have totally made that up.
Oh, really?
I was going to say, we need some fact checking on that.
I have to ask Guinness. Guinness probably knows.
In any case, I am also torn. I personally love pineapple in pizza. I love pineapple. SpongeBob loves pineapple. SpongeBob probably would put pineapple on pizza.
Is that your final statement? Do you believe pineapple belongs on pizza, Carolina?
I really enjoyed Grace's argument, though, so that's why I am torn. But ultimately, yeah, I do believe pineapple does belong in pizza, and Ethan's argument was also quite good.
Oh, so the final agreement here is that Ethan is the winner here, that pineapple does belong on pizza. I'm sorry, Grace, but you did not get the win here. Those are all of the assigned arguments we have for tonight. So, big thanks to all of the contestants who participated a bit today, and also our three wonderful judges, Joe Hale, Doc Jones, and Carolina. And thank you for everyone watching at home. See you next week for our next assigned arguments.